It's your boy Colin BTV, man. Back in motherfucking again, man. Now this time, we on a little slight top 10, just a little top 10, you know. I know y'all fuck with the top 10s while y'all be in y'all rooms on YouTube, whatever, so come fucking watch it with me, you know what I'm saying? This time we got top 10 terrifying government secrets that Edward Snowden revealed. Now, if y'all boys don't know who Edward Snowden is, he basically just a motherfucker. He used to work for the CIA, I believe. Basically, like he just used to work for the Fed, CIA, FBI, all that shit. And he ended up leaking like government information and classified shit. So this is gonna be some of the top 10, I guess, the worst shit, the most terrifying shit that he revealed. So we're gonna go ahead and get into it. Y'all already know. But we got the drill. Let's get into it.
On June 6, 2013, the internet erupted when The Guardian reported that the NSA had secretly been collecting phone records from millions of Verizon customers.
And then just 3 days later, on June 9th, quick math, Edward Snowden came out and admitted that he was the source of said leak. But what exactly did he uncover?
Welcome back, most amazing family. For today's list, you might want to set those browsers to incognito. I'm one of your hosts, Olivia Kozlowski.
And I'm
Shit, I always on the incognito, man.
Taylor McWaters, and here are the top 10 terrifying government secrets that Edward Snowden revealed.
Starting off this list in our number 10 spot, we have SIM cards. We see all the time in movies and shows when people are trying to be super secret, they smash their phone and their SIM card.
Right here.
But as it turns out, maybe we should all be smashing our SIM cards, super secret lifestyle or not. In February of 2015, it was reported that Snowden provided documents that showed that the NSA and GCHQ had hacked into a Dutch company that is responsible for manufacturing and supplying 2 billion SIM cards per year, and they supply places like AT&T, Verizon, T-Mobile, and a variety of other providers.
I got AT&T.
While this hack would suggest that the agencies would then now have access to billions of unique encryption keys, which could potentially allow them to bypass wireless providers and monitor both voice and data transmissions of every user that has a SIM card made by this company. The company did reply to the situation and said that they had been the target of at least 2, quote, particularly sophisticated intrusions, and they suggested that they believed that the NSA and the GCHQ were responsible, but the company then denied that the hack was successful in gaining access to those encryption keys.
Number 9, quantum computer. This next one is eye-opening, to say the least. Computers are getting more and more advanced by the day. Deepfakes are going to ruin my life. They're getting really good at those. I feel like an old man every time I see those and fall for it. But thanks to our man Snowden, it was reported in the Washington Post on January 2nd, 2014, that the NSA is working hard at creating their own computer. How fun must that be? It's called the quantum computer, and it cost about $80 million to create, and no, it can't send you back in time. This computer is...
I wonder if that bitch gonna have FaceTime. I mean, shit, bro. It's a quantum computer. What the fuck can you do with a quantum computer? What the fuck is that for? Quantum. We don't even know that word, baby. Nah, I'm playing. We kind of know that word. What the fuck are you gonna do with a quantum computer? I don't know.
Safely stored in a massive room-sized metal box, which is not intimidating at all, and it's part of a program called Penetrating Hard Targets. I want to make so many jokes, but I won't. So it can break encryptions for just about anything. Finance records, medical, your old MSN, probably. What a nightmare that would be. The NSA is well on their way to breaking every form of public encryption. This quantum computer can theoretically break through any RSA encryption, which for the average computer today, that takes, I don't know, years, but this supercomputer can break through a lot faster. I'm talking days. Just don't go in my MSN, please.
In our number 8.
So basically, there's a computer that exists that can I'll keep it brief, I guess, hack into anything it wants. A super government computer somewhere that can hack into any information it wants very quickly. Sounds like government shit so far. The first two, it sounds like government shit.
Today we have Project Dishfire. It was reported by The Guardian that it had been revealed that the NSA collects 200 million text messages a day from around the world. They then use these messages to pull the details of certain location information, contact networks, and the credit card details of different mobile users. It was also reported that the NSA also provided British intelligence agencies with all of the data, just without the actual context of the text messages. cameras. So the NSA has all your secrets and nudies, but at least they didn't share them? I
They
don't
just
know.
sitting.
Basically, they have
I'm
all of
telling
this data and at any point could potentially extract certain information like past travel plans, your financial transactions, your contacts, regardless of
like, bro, let you get in trouble, like if you ever watched a movie like with some type of terrorist or anything like that, like, and if you get a scene where they interrogate them, they be like, you know what I'm saying, hey, we done had these past 3 days, you've been using this phone in this location to send 122 texts between this time and this, like, nigga, what? Like, bro, they got all types of shit, bro, to track you, bro, to monitor you, bro, to fucking just to watch you, bro. Like, oh, bro, the government is evil, bro. Government is really big brother, bro. Niggas is always watching, bro. These niggas got satellites in the sky, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? You can't escape that. Like, nigga, you go on Google, type in your court, you might accidentally see a picture of yourself walking down the street. You know what I'm saying? And these are shits taken from, nigga, these is pictures taken from space, bro. I'm just telling you, bro, the government shiesty,
of whether or not you were being investigated for
y'all already
something.
know.
Yes, this sounds illegal, unethical, and a little shady, and this revelation all came before former President Barack Obama gave a speech about proposed policy changes in reaction to the whistleblowing that was going on around Snowden and the NSA.
Number 7, friends without benefits. Even allies of the United States are not safe here. Thanks to Snowden, at the end of October 2013, it was leaked that the states were...
If you only list your vacation home on Airbnb, you might attract someone looking for
No free advertisement, babe.
on Germany, France, and Spain. The NSA tapped into 35 phones, which, by the way, not just a couple of random dudes, they were spying on 35 world leaders. One of which was German Chancellor Angela Merkel, who called out the NSA after finding out, of course, and said this act of snooping was just unacceptable between friends. Really went personal with the friends comment there. It's like when you show somebody a photo on your phone and they start swiping, like, hi, hello, betrayal, see ya. Now, as you hear this, you're thinking, well, I'm not a world leader, what's the big deal here? Well, it was also reported that the NSA was monitoring phone calls in Spain for the average folk. They monitored about 60 million calls in 1 month, so yeah, world leader or not, be a little concerned about these guys. Maybe.
In our number 6 spot today, we have the Brazil spying scandal. It was reported by The Guardian that Brazil was second only to the United States in terms of the amount of communications that were being subjected.
And that beat in the back going hard, though. Yeah, going hard.
To surveillance by the NSA. This means that the NSA were seriously spying on millions of Brazilians, including the emails and phone calls of their president. At the G20 summit that year, which took place in Russia, Brazil's president at the time, Dilma Rousseff, had a one-on-one meeting with Obama in reference to this. He said that he would look into it and get back to her, but before he could, more NSA tea was spilled, and it was revealed that the agency had also targeted Petrobras, which is Brazil's state oil company. This led the president to call this new...
Yo, hey, USA a bully for that oil, boy. USA a bully for that oil, my nigga. I swear to God. They will, boy. They will blow your country up for your oil, boy. Like, I don't give a fuck, this my shit, this your shit, nigga, I want that oil. You know what I'm saying? I will nuke your country for it. Fuck, like, hey, oil in the world, oil and all that big shit, like, yeah, that shit run the world, my nigga. You can have these countries doing any goddamn thing to hold the oil reserve down, but, cause I mean, shit, I ain't gonna lie, you got the oil, I mean, it's a resource though, like, you know what I'm saying? It's a natural earth resource, you know what I'm saying? You need it. Power cars, buildings, machines, all, you know what I'm saying?
New information industrial espionage, and as a result, she called off her scheduled visit to the White House and demanded answers. The called off visit was important because it was to be the first state visit by a Brazilian president in about 2 decades, and although the Obama administration claimed that it was a joint decision made by both presidents, some media outlets described it as the sternest punishment that had been received at that time in response to all of these NSA leaks. This also led Brazil to take a multitude of steps to hopefully get away from the American...
What the fuck the aliens and the UFOs and shit? I don't care about no emails. We know these government leaders are shiesty, bro. Embassy catastrophe. Let's see. Man, I want to see what. I want to see some motherfucking uncover shit from FBI, like a real FBI agent, bro. And like every time I see a fucking like every military fucking veteran I ever see, bro, I'd be like, hey, bro, you know some classified shit. I be asking them niggas, bro. They be like, well,
There's a document from
well.
2007 that was leaked which named 38 different embassies and missions that were so-called targets of U.S. surveillance. This document didn't quite make it clear whether or not these targets were being looked into by only the NSA or if the CIA and FBI were also involved. The document described certain things like bugging fax machines with devices that allowed them to listen in on conversation, and the document also listed the names of different programs that are used within the embassies. The document showed that the embassies targeted weren't just those of countries who seemed to be enemies with the United States, and instead included places like India and Mexico, Greece, and Turkey. It appears as if the goal was to gain insider information into the diplomatic relations between the targets and the United States. The EU embassy
That's all it is. Just wanting to be up on a nigga, like, you know what I'm saying? USA just want to be on top, bro. They gonna spy on you. They gonna cheat you. They gonna lie to you. They gonna steal to you to do it. So, I mean, shit, that being said, bro, you know what I'm saying? Watch your leaders, man. Watch who you vote for. Watch, you know what I'm saying? You ain't got the most control, but shit, you're rather a kind of fucked up person than, you know what I'm saying, all the way fucked up person. So,
in Washington, D.C. was one of the targets on this document, and this leak had the potential to have jeopardized one of the largest attempted free trade agreements in the world, because shortly after this all came out, negotiations were set to begin between the EU and the United States. The French president at the time made his anger about the situation very public and stated that all future negotiations will only be made under the agreement that the United States cease all unauthorized surveillance of any EU buildings or personnel.
Number 3, China. I mentioned earlier that summit where the United States originally wanted to call out China for cyber attacks, but instead Snowden leaked a PowerPoint training slideshow and the tables were turned just like that. Snowden revealed himself as this massive spy kid on June 12th, and he said he was planning on remaining in Hong Kong until he was kicked out. But in his first press interview since coming out with all this information, he informed South China's Morning Post that the NSA was hacking Chinese and Hong Kong computers since back in 2009. That's a long time ago. It's like when Avatar 1 came out. That's how long ago that was. More specifically, Snowden said that the NSA hacked the Chinese University of Hong Kong, aka the heart of all internet traffic in Hong Kong. Now, of course, this is eye-opening, but there's many who see this hack attack as a good thing. See, citizens want to know what their government's up to, and honestly, I myself would love to know if the NSA was rummaging through my chats. So a poll was conducted on June 10th and 11, and apparently 44% of Americans were on board with Snowden's outing. They were with him, and 42% of Americans say that he's a bad boy. 57% were not.
you know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, bro, I think he had like a special or some shit on Netflix. And I think I just never watched it, but I remember some shit being called like Snowden, some shit. And I read the description, it was something like this. But I ain't never watched that shit. Let me see, I'm gonna check what that shit still on there.
Not a fan of the NSA's action, while 37% were on board. 30% of folks liked the fact they were being spied on. That's some weird kind of kink, I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you want the NSA in your Dropbox? Let us know in the comments your thoughts below. We'd love to hear from you.
In our number 2 spot today, we have caller information. In 2013, it was reported by The Guardian that, according to the documents that were leaked by Snowden, the Obama administration has allowed the NSA to collect different caller information from Verizon. This was done through what was called a, quote, business records provision of the Patriot Act that was established under the presidency of George W. Bush. It allowed the government to order Verizon to hand over caller information every single day. The information included things like the time, location, and duration of the call. The information began being collected under the Bush administration in.
So imagine you doing some shit. You did, you know what I'm saying? You got, let's just say you playing a lick, you know what I'm saying? And you texting your boys, whatever, hey, we gonna roll out this time, we gonna do it at this time, let's meet up here. Boom. You know what I'm saying? You gonna do the lick, you hit the lick, it gets reported. Hey, you know, my house got robbed. Okay, what time is it? Hang on. I mean, that's probably not really good because a robbery, they're not really gonna do it. That wasn't good. it sounded good in my head, which I know what I'm trying to say though, right? Y'all know what I'm trying to say, bro. Like they give them the time you did the shit, motherfucker, how long you was on the phone, and who's, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on now. That's everything you need to know to get caught. Shit, time and place, nigga. Time, place, and a name. You fried. You fried.
2001, and they were collected from AT&T, Verizon, and Bell South. Of course, once these documents were leaked and the information became public knowledge, US officials began trying to reassure the public that this surveillance was somehow necessary and was actually a program vital to national security, but many people rightfully felt like the spying was an unnecessary invasion of their privacy. This one is tricky because there certainly is a fine line with these things.
And finally,
Nah, for real. Cause you know what I'm saying? I earlier just said like a bomb or some shit, like a nigga trying to plan a, you know what I'm saying, to plant a bomb somewhere or some shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? You got niggas, you know, planning that shit, you know, they texting somebody, or they calling, you know what I'm saying, they on unmarked lines, or they on, you know what I'm saying, burner phones, you know what I'm saying? It's good to at least know, hey, where that phone was, and you know what I'm saying? It's like, give you some location, some type of something. Niggas do be crazy, bro. Shit, it's been more than one occasion where the USA then had some type of fucking bomb or bomb threat, you know what I'm saying? Shit, even after 9/11, my nigga. So
number one, PowerPoint. Nothing sounds less cool than a leaked 41-slide PowerPoint presentation. But when it comes to the NSA, odds are it's going to be a little juicy. This slideshow is used to train US intelligence, and I gotta say, 41 pages? That's it? I did 45 on Medieval Knight.
this is a PowerPoint used to train FBI.
In high school. Step your game up. This program called Prism cost about $20 million a year, and it was the highlight of this leak. Prism kicked off back in 2007. Originally, they partnered with Microsoft, but once they were attached to Apple, come 2012, well, that's when things got a little bit fishy, as most things are with Apple, specifically their maps. That was horrible. The PowerPoint confirmed that the NSA has access to servers belonging to massive tech giants like Google, Skype, or even YouTube. Yeah, right here. They're listening right now. So your search history, emails, anything that rolls through those, usernames, passwords, well, they've got them. Even Skaterboy69 at Hotmail, odds are they're already looking. You're done. You're canceled, Brad. There was a summit in California, which originally was tense.
Try online work and project calendars. Unlike traditional.
The United States were accusing China of cyber
Baby.
attacks, but right after Edward leaked this Prism T, they didn't have much power at that summit. China and Europe's citizens weren't too pleased here, and honestly, yeah, it's a botched meeting. I can understand why.
Guys, that's our list for today. Make sure you like this video if you liked it. Make sure you subscribe if you want.
What y'all think, bro? How I feel about that? Basically, what all this video really told us, I mean, they just reassured it. I mean, you know what I'm saying? The government is watching, bro. The government is always watching. If you're gonna do some dirty work, write that shit down in the book. Mail letters to each other or some shit. Come just talk to each other in person and shit. Fuck, do the dirty work and you know what I'm saying? Bad y'all, man. Goddamn. I'm gonna fuck with y'all boys tomorrow.